Hi everyone, it's Agnieszka from 5 Minute Language, and today I'm going to talk to you about 5 different conversation tips that you can use to improve your English speaking. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Some of you might be wondering whether I'm speaking a little bit slowly, and yes, I speak a little bit more slowly in my videos which are about learning English, and that's because some of you will be more advanced, but some of you will be less advanced, and I want to make sure that everyone can understand what I'm saying. So my first tip is basically to prepare some stories. And what I mean by that is stories about things that you like to talk about. So for example, talking about yourself, talking about where you come from, talking about your last holiday, talking about your favorite food or your favorite films. And these are the kind of things that will be coming up in conversations a lot. So that's why it's good to prepare them in advance, practice them when you're by yourself, and then when you're having conversations with people, you will be able to recall those stories and use them in conversations. The next tip is to learn phrases rather than individual words. When you learn individual words, it's sometimes difficult to know how these words should be used in a conversation. So instead of learning individual words, focus on learning English phrases. So for example, the phrase, "on the other hand," which is very useful and it comes up a lot in conversations. So learn it as a phrase. My next tip is to learn collocations. A collocation is a combination of words that sound naturally together. So for example, when I say, "it's raining heavily," raining heavily is a collocation. You can learn collocations by reading and identifying words that often go together, or you can get a collocations dictionary and look up some words to see which words they often go with. My next tip is to prepare some ready-to-use starter phrases. And what I mean by that is that you should prepare some phrases that you will be able to use to start a conversation or to ask people questions. So you can come up with some questions that you practice in advance. For example, where are you from? What do you think about this and that? Tell me something about what you did last weekend. And these are the kinds of questions that you can always throw into a conversation when you're a little bit stuck. And that way, you become a little bit more confident because you've asked the question and now you're waiting for somebody to answer it. And then you can kind of start thinking about your reply whilst they're talking to you. Another starter phrase can be something that you say at the beginning of a conversation. So for example, it can be something about yourself or something about how you're finding learning English or what you've been up to recently, and then follow that up with a question. And my final tip for improving your English conversation skills is to learn about the culture of English-speaking countries. Because when you learn about the culture, you will know what kind of things people like to talk about. So for example, in England, a lot of people like to talk about what they did last weekend, or they like to make comments about the weather, for example. So once you know these things, once you understand the culture, it will be easier for you to have conversations with people. So make sure you listen to other people. You can watch YouTube videos, you can watch films and TV shows, and you will become more familiar with the culture and the way people talk and the subjects they talk about. So I hope these tips will help you with improving your English conversation skills. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like to learn about when it comes to the English language, and I will try and make a video about this topic in the future. But thanks very much for watching this today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Bye!